a chance here. Charlie Corcoran! Oh, that's wonderful!
On this power play, so no real true team, and his shot comes in. There's the leveller! Oh! It scores!
Davies around row. Oh, what a goal! One opportunity for the Storm. Shot to the goal!
Big chance for Bluder. He scores!
A warm welcome to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of tonight's Elite League regular season fixture between the Genting Casino, Coventry Blaze and the Dundee Stars. Ed Kimberley and Stu Coles with you as always on Blaze TV. If you were just joining us in the middle of the applause, a tribute after former Blaze defenseman Jeremy Domish sadly passed away this week. Doma, but loved by everybody, and you know, he was around when I first started doing the commentary, believe it or not, many moons ago, and when we were doing interviews, and you know, it was always brilliant to talk to, and very, very emotional week for Blaze fans, and it was great to see him have an immaculately observed minutes applause. Stu, I'm a bit choked up, to be honest with you, buddy. Referees tonight, Matt Rose and Dean Smith. I'm really looking forward to seeing this game. Two teams that know how to turn on the offense.
Yeah, two teams that know how to turn on the offense. Hopefully we will see a few goals from both sides to kind of keep the game interesting throughout the whole bit. One other thing, lineup notes tonight. Number 16, Riley O'Connor for the Dundee Stars, scratched this evening. Otherwise, the Blaze are at full strength and the Stars are just missing the one.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird when you talk about coming down the stretch into the playoffs, important things, obviously getting in a run of form which the Blaze have, and having a healthy roster as well.
It's been massive for the Blaze over the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks now, where they've been able to ice the full team and really not have to worry about injuries and the like.
Yeah, as Evan Bludov's going to burst forward with speed, he's unable to get around Sean Boutin. Does end up with that puck in the corner, loses his footing, no penalty on that play. Blaze back out into the neutral zone. Justin Hamonic taking it in behind the net. Making himself some space, and some space for Charles Corcoran, the former Dundee Star, to try to attack the blue line. Dylan Eichstad, fresh off the bench, slowing things down with Beauregard on the forecheck. Eichstad's waiting his way forward here, dropped it off looking for Bludov. I don't think was anticipating the puck, and Blaze end up back in their own zone again with it. David Brohl through his own zone. Over to the left side of defence. Pass intended for Dylan Lawrence, who was back on the score sheet last night in Manchester as the Blaze ran out victors, as the Dundee Stars might have the first chance of the game, pushed wide by Colton Croker. Beauregard putting some pressure in on Eichstad. It's been a long shift for Eichs as that puck's chipped in. Off the backboard, comes free to the point, dumped back in by Dryden Dow. Put work to Croker again. Lovely off-puck movement by the Dundee Stars in the offensive zone on this shift, causing the Blaze defence to wilt a little. The only shot attempted went wide of CJ Mott's cage, however, as Andrew Johnston picks that puck up, puts it cleverly between his feet. Still Andrew Johnston, marauding forward with Venus. Johnston, soft to the point. Clements arriving, shoots off the stick of Leclerc. Schistel picks it up off the corner boards, and the Dundee Stars will turn this back their favour and try and bring it north. Larkinen, poke check that breaks up the breakouts, and Clements and Spears going to the backboards together. The two Brit. Spears wins the play, sends it out in front, and a diving block by Schistel prevents a very, very good opportunity for the Stars as the visitors, well, what bus legs, Stu, as they come in. Another poke check prevents that puck getting to Chris Inglis. Now the Blaze will bring it away. Ferrara, top goal scorer in the Elite League, dodges a hit with some style. Ferrara in off the pads, and he ends up in a heap down at the boards. He's okay. A good save by Alex Leclerc as well. Luke Ferrara turning on the heat here, Stu.
Yeah, Dundee Stars for the first 2 minutes really camped out in the Coventry Blaze zone, and then all of a sudden Luke Ferrara springs, gets himself some space, but it's a really bad angle. Leclerc there, he kind of puts his body in the way, but because of the angle that he's got, he can't really catch it with the glove. He's got to let it drop for the rebound. Quite fortunately for him, it dropped right in front of him where he's able to cover.
Yeah, he's just snuggled up to that near pipe and trying not to let any daylight between him and the goal, as Justin Hammock takes a hard pass from Charles Corcoran. Puck behind the goal, a bump on Bludoff from Bhutan. Puck still there, Matt Marquard's going to pick it up. He's harassed by Matt Polkamp. Justin Hashi, Johnny on the spot, comes in to pick it up. Hamonic to his own blue line, picked up by Bludoff. Corcoran, is going to be a penalty on the play unless the Blaze can find the back of the net. Hashi looked like he was going to get a shot away. Blaze 6 on 5. Corcoran try to dump it out in front of the net. Bludoff back to Corcoran. Dundee touch it up, and the Coventry Blaze will flex their power play muscles for the first time tonight. Blaze had the second best power play in the Elite League. A real strength of theirs this year, Stu. Usually their power play isn't any great shakes, with no disrespect to the Blaze, but this year, wow, it's been something else. It's been a real strength for the Blaze, and they were able to capitalise. It scored power play goals last night, power play goals last weekend. It seems to be that they're able to consistently produce now. Yeah, I think it's the last 4 games in a row, I might be wrong, they've scored 2 power play goals a game, which is often the difference in games. As the Blaze go to work here, winning the offensive draw as Larkin tried to shoot one out first time from his feet. Kevin Dufour's got some speed here on a 2-on-1. Dufour! Oh, what a save by CJ Mott! Diving laterally, got his pad to it somehow. And the Dundee Stars showing how dangerous they are in transition, Stu, as advertised. 2-on-1 breakaway. What a fantastic save by CJ Mott. And Johnny Curran sends one to the net front. Bludoff tries to get it back to the point. There might be another break here. This time it's Colton Croker. He takes it wide. The rest of his line will change, and he will eat up some valuable seconds here as Larkinen's in the corner, battling as Hashi as well. This is a great play from Colton Croker. Yeah, just tied up in the corner and make sure the Blaze can't do anything with it. Yeah, Yanni Larkinen ends up stripping that away. Have those Finnish legs ever slow down? He looks like he could play as a defenseman there, Stu. Wouldn't be surprised. Halfway through this power play for the Blaze already. CJ Mott's made the biggest save as Shistel nearly fluffs his lines, nearly gifted that to Brett Stoven. Coventry struggling a little here as Marquard will break in. Dumps it in behind again to kill some seconds off. This has been a good penalty kill for the Stars so far. It's Coventry. We'll have one last attempt of a breakout. 30 seconds to go on the PP. Johnston, he dumps it in. They'll chase it in. Leclerc comes out to meet it. Polkamp bracing the boards, is able to control the puck. And now the Blaze might be able to get themselves settled. Eichstad. And, well, Blaze had a lot of players deep there, and as a result, Dundee can break again. Dufour shooting! Good save, CJ Mott. He hangs on, and, well, CJ Mott's had to be the most important power play member of staff. Dundee Stars have done very well. They've recognised one of the Blaze's key breakouts on the power play, where they draw the defenseman up forward, and then they do a drop pass behind for then the other defenseman or one of the forwards to then pick up. On 2 or 3 of those breakouts, the Dundee Stars had a man behind that puck-carrying defenseman, meaning that play was blocked. So they've had a look at the Blazers' power play and try and put something in to try and see if they can stop it. Yeah, and you know, teams who've been successful against the Blaze all year, really, as the Blaze have been pretty good, have stifled the Blaze entries to the zone. If the Dundee Stars can maintain that all night, and it's not just a tactic they use 5-on-4, so don't forget, they do it 5-on-5 as well, with a little drop pass, and you know, the puck carrier who drops it off ends up going for act as a pick almost to whichever side. You know, if the Dundee Stars can take that away, the Blaze will struggle to get into the zone and struggle to get that free-flowing offense going as Chris Polkamp can keep it in at the line. Alex Schoenborn. Back to the D, Dryden Dow. Long pass, came off the stick of Dylan Lawrence. Johnny Curran. Puck came off his stick, Cowney's going to jump on it. Sends it towards the net front area. Schoenborn in the corner. With Cowney. Cowney's running away. There might be a chance for Dundee here as Garrigan's hanging around the net front. Puck dumped in off the backboards. CJ Mott had to paddle that one away. And Jordan Cowney loses out to the size mismatch with Justin Hamonic as shot comes in from Bhutan. Oh, he scored! Bhutan looks like he beat the glove of CJ Mott, who shakes his head. And Dundee get on the board early. And it's the former Blaze man who did it. Just take a look at this again, Stu. It looked like a little screen came in from the Dundee right wing side, maybe from a Blaze defenseman. Yeah, it looks like there's a screen there as well. Bit of a giveaway in the ozone. Blaze looked to clear it.
Hamonic passes it, will go straight to Bhutan, who just tees it up and lets go. A little bit of a screen there. Not exactly what the Blaze were looking for, but it's exactly what the Stars deserve after the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, Blaze look a little sluggish. You know, they're not committing to bringing the puck out of their zone. They're not committing to the passes. They've really got to settle into their game plan here as Dufour again gets a takeaway against the Blaze. His toe drag is interrupted. Look, it's crazy because the Blaze right now are playing like an unconfident team, but you know they're on a hot streak. They're getting points left, right. I can't remember how it's 15 games now with points. They're playing fantastically. You know, they're the team to beat right now. So it's crazy that they're playing like they don't have their heads held high.
Indeed, that first goal for the Dundee Stars, timed at 6 minutes and 15 seconds, scored by number 27, Sean Bhutan. The goal was unassisted and his 4th of all Elite League competitions this year.
Yeah, David Clements will send a nice pass up to centre ice. Puck dumped in on Leclerc. Gans in the corner. A sizable defenseman gets his pocket picked by Jani Laakkonen. He gets the puck back though. And Dundee should be able to get this one out of the zone. Dufour. Long stretch pass to the blue line. Dundee have swarmed with numbers. A good shot from Gans again. A good save with the pad of CJ Mott. And the Blaze are trying to bring this puck forward. Jagger Dirk does really well. Sucks in 2 Blaze players on the forecheck. Dundee break 3 on 2 the other way. Shot from the top of the slot, gobbled up by CJ Mott. And the Blaze need to do something here.
Blaze need to really just start picking up their feet and start skating a little bit more if they're going to compete with the speed that the Dundee Stars are throwing at us. What happened on that particular, the Dundee Stars again rushed and got men to join the rush. They had 1 man left back here who was changing, that was Matt Carter. So both defensemen had joined in, 2 forwards are already up there, so they're going to throw absolutely everything at the Blazers so far. Yeah,
the Blaze not responding well to how nicely the Dundee Stars have clogged up the neutral zone here. As the Blaze will pick this one up in the offensive zone. David Broll drops it off. Hashi shooting off the side of the net. That Marquardt, nice pass right on the tape of Stovin. He's in with a big chance. Shot got blocked by the defenseman, but trickled through. As Carter will step in, he shoots short side into the netting, and we have a stoppage. Matt Carter also a point a game since joining the Dundee Stars midway through the year, formerly of the Nottingham Panthers.
David Broll got caught there, just not moving his feet. He's almost stationary on the blue line. Stovin just went right round him and then very nearly got a shot off. Carter then with the second opportunity.
Yeah, it's little things. I mean, the Dundee Stars doing a great job, like we said. Their transitional game, both offensively and defensively, has been the better of the two. And little things like the Blaze passing. I don't think the Blaze have passed the puck well tonight. They're not executing the tape-to-tape. They do there in a simple play, but it's costing them. Again, they can't even toss it out the zone as Chris Polkamp puts it right into the hands of Dirk. County wins the puck on the backboards. I think the Blaze are just trying to be a little too cute here, Stu, as again, that no-look back behind the back pass from Matt Polkamp. Corcoran has to just kind of lump it around the boards. Chris Polkamp steps in better from the Blaze, but I feel they need to have a few shifts where they have good puck possession and get themselves settled here as Polkamp whizzes it across. Shot blocked on the way through from Bludorf. Oh, excuse me, from Eichstad. Try to toss it into the corner. And out come the Stars with it again. County. Puck taken away by Dylan Eichstad. Couldn't put it into the clutches of Charles Corcoran. Both teams changing it up here. 9 minutes having gone in the first period. Dundee 1, Blaze nothing. Sean Bhutan unassisted a shot that had eyes, as they say, from the point. It might be a 2-on-1 here. Beauregard into the back door. Good stick there from Johnny Curran. Prevented Dufour working his magic, and the Blaze coming the other way now. Johnston, Curran, fighting with Croker for possession. Quick pass out of the zone. Beauregard can play it from his skate to his stick. Croker into the glove of Mott, and he'll hang on to that one.
We can move to Twitter. Hi to the Caldwells this evening. They've had their tea and they're now watching the best webcast in the league. Very kind of you to say so, Pauline. Also hi as well to our normal replay man himself, Rob, who's sat sunning himself on a beach somewhere. And to be honest, Rob, we hate you all.
Face-off's going to give it that, Stu. Face-off to the right of CJ Mott. Marquardt bustling and brawling with Hamonic. 2 big bodies. Coventry are able to toss that off the boards and out. Again, Dundee collect. Marquardt will feather that one in. Mott out to play it. Leaves it for Hashi. Lawrence out of his feet. Big Dylan Lawrence backhands it, collects his own dumping. Good play from the Blaze. And they were unable to complete it. Although Hammond kept it alive at the blue line momentarily. Dundee now going to come 4 on 2. The Blaze not back checking at all. And the Stars send one on the net front via a stick. And CJ Mott with an acrobatic dive. The Blaze have got to start skating here, Stu.
You've got to start moving your feet with a team that works so much on transition, that comes at you with speed. The one thing you cannot be doing is getting caught with your feet not moving when you're coming backwards.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, fundamentals, if you turn the puck over, you know, you've got to come back to defend. And it's inexcusable. Blaze just one step behind the play tonight after the first 10.5 minutes as Ingles plays that up to the blue line. Matt Polkamp takes it over. An errand toot of the buzzer. Play will continue. Everybody looking around quizzically. It has a mind of its own, the scoreboard, which is older than me. Eichstad, Bludorf will bring this one out, excuse me. Corcoran. Blaze need a man on the net. Eichstad dumps it off the backboards. Nobody to retrieve it in blue, and the Stars will get a clear here. Eichstad tips it out of the air. Now the Blaze might get something here, although a diving play from Bhutan causes a chance for Dufori's offside. Dundee the better team in the first 11 minutes too.
Yeah, absolutely the better team, coming forward with numbers, moving the puck well, doing all the simple things right. I think between the two teams, that's probably the key difference, is that the passes are going to the intended recipient, and they're skating well. And if you ultimately, if one team has their fundamentals down and the other team has their fundamentals somewhere else, you know which team's going to end up winning.
Yeah, I don't know. The Blaze just, they're playing unsettled right now. They need something to settle them down. Luke Ferrara with a chance, might have it. He puts it in the chest of Leclerc, digging away at the rebound. I think Dean Smith lost sight of it. The whistle goes. And again, Luke Ferrara, the Blaze best chance of the night thus far, and leading goal scorer in the league with time, with space, and plants it right in the logo.
Yeah, good positioning from Alex Leclerc there. He's got his body on a good angle there. Make sure that Luke Ferrara really doesn't have much of the net to shoot at. He's kind of got that sort of far side up high to kind of go for if he can get the right angle on it.
Yeah.
But in the end, all he did was found the chest protection.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what Feds is trying to do there. I think he's trying to pick a corner, maybe near side rather than far, where there looked to be some daylight, but he was unable to get the release he wanted off the stick. Andrew Johnston will contest this face-off for the Blaze. Ferrara poised aggressively over his left shoulder. Beauregard wins the draw, though. Dundee can't get it out the zone. Larkinen to the slot. Ferrara swinging, he fans on it. Oh, one-timer. Schistel jumps into the play. Larkinen to the back door. Big chance for the Blaze, who look like they have got this line out. They've got this line rocking now, and maybe that'll be the momentum they need. Dirk, oh, nice drop off. Dufour, low glove shot saved by CJ Mott. He needed to keep that in there, Stu, as pressure was coming down the right wing side.
Yeah, there was potential for a rebound there on the back door if CJ Mott spilled it out. Again, nice move, nice passing play there. Nice quick touches, back drop there from Dow to also Dirk to Dufour, and then quick shot across. Mott has to cover it.
Yep. Yeah, that Ferrara, Larkin and Johnson line always relied upon for offenses. The Blaze will break in here with Ross Venus. David Broll heads to the net. Oh, a good save by Leclerc. Broll nearly got his own rebound. And now the Blaze look like they finally found their feet in this game as a big hit comes in from Hashi on Stovin. Hashi just stood his ground. Dundee are going to win this puck though. Deep, Marquardt, Carter. Marquardt fanned on it. Oh, but Mott couldn't see it. Stuck out a pad late and did what he needed to do, but my goodness me, the Dundee Stars look so sharp coming forward. And it's not necessarily just when they're in open play and they're able to set things up. Even the half chances they're getting on goal. Even the half chances, and I think a lot of it's come from their hard work. They're pressurising the Blaze, they're forechecking hard, they're generating mistakes from the Blaze defence in their own zone. Key up there, they turned it over, puck finds its way to Marquardt. He fans on it, he catches it with the heel of the stick, but yet it still manages to float towards CJ Mott's net and cause him a little bit of awkwardness there. Yeah, it's a couple of times that CJ's reacted late or not been able to track a puck, and with all due respect, the Sean Bhutan shot kind of just had eyes. You expect one of the statistically best netminders in the league to grab those, but hey ho. But it's not, unheard of for the Blaze to find themselves in a hole early, as Corcoran now coming across the line. Oh, Bludoff, a big one-timer, blocked on the way through off either Dirk or Matt Polkamp. But Evan Bludoff really has a heavy shot, and well, that could have found the twine if it wasn't for the block. I've forgotten the point I was going to make. Here's Dirk. He brings it out off the skates of Andrew Johnston, Cowney. Here's Dirk again. Dumps it in. Out comes CJ Mott. Hashi, oh, he skates into a trap. Blaze have the puck though. Off the stick of Larkinen along the boards. Good play from Dundee. They're moving this puck around very well. Very quick passes. Nobody holding it onto it for too long. The shot comes in. Kicked away by CJ Mott off the right wing. Puck attempted to chip ahead of Gans. Gans upended by Johnston. Drew Schisto mopping up back in his own zone. Yeah, I was talking about the Blaze being in holes early, Stu. They do concede first quite regularly, actually, but, you know, it only galvanizes their efforts as Larkinen rolls off a big hit from Gans, throwing like for like after he got skittled by Johnston. Johnson lined him up again, but it would have been late if he'd have thrown the body. Eichstad spinning off the pressure from Croker. Nice play from Ferrara. That's a wonderful touch if he can get on this. Sean Boutin as well, mopping it up with experience and poise. Puck gets behind Lawrence. Beauregard, Dufour, sends one off the stick of Chris Polkamp, and ooh, that's a souvenir for a fan who had to be alert. At Blaze TV Live on Twitter, let us know what your thoughts are on the first 14 minutes.
We've got another mention on Twitter. Hi to the guys at Crosscheck Clothing this evening. They're sat at home. They've got one game on, not an important game, on one screen, and they're watching our game on the other screen. They have got a question for us though. What's your favourite pizza topping of choice?
You know, well, big shout out to Blaze sponsor Basement Browns. Their feta cheese and sun-dried tomato is really good.
I'm a big fan of their Parma ham one with the wild rocket.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm digging so hard on Twitter for freebies.
We're trying, but there as yet has been no free pizza coming our way.
They liked and retweeted the tweets though.
I know.
I even memorized their thing about the dough from their menus to put on Twitter. I'm gonna assume Craig Summerton can hook us up. He's the man in the know. As Brawl for us a big hit on Chris Ingles. What's your favourite pizza topping, Crosscheck? Let us know as Eichstad plays it off the boards. Oh, a lovely little drop pass for Dylan Lawrence. David Broll's going to head to the net. Lawrence shoots off the defenseman. Venus keeps it alive though. Broll trying to spin away from Stovin. Better from the Blaze. Hashi. Weak pass to the point. It got there. Eichstad nearly fluffed it. Did well to keep it in his possession. Broll, Lawrence. Ross Venus fighting for real estate at the front of the net. Hamannik sent it wide. Croker has his stick lifted. Ingles up to Stovin. Finds Dufour. Quite sure. Oh, Justin Hamannik nearly went through the Dundee Stars door there. Tashi will bring it out of his own zone. Pass up to Corcoran. Corcoran gets around Gans. Corcoran shooting. Bad angle. Oh, it leaked through Leclerc. Wrong side of the pipe. Hamannik will shoot, and it's gone off the glove of Alex Leclerc. Blaze swarming here. Hamannik again shooting off the stick of Corcoran. And now some noise from the Blaze fans. Dirk gets puck side on Charlie Corcoran. Much better from the home team, Stu. It only took them 15 minutes to get into the game.
Yeah, they've started to string a couple of shifts together. In particular, lots of pressure there. Alex Leclerc leading a charmed life, but you know, he was putting his body in the right positions even though he couldn't really see what was going on in front of him. Yeah,
a couple of big stops, a couple of nice reactionary stops, but he seemed to have control, although the Blaze are going to give up a 2-on-1. Carter, good blocker save, CJ Martyrs. Matt Carter couldn't quite get the foot speed to get clear through. The defenseman off the bench had just managed to scramble back. Blaze come the other way. Corcoran, it's been a long shift for Charlie. Source a pass over the stick of Clements. Corcoran wants it straight back. David looked at it, decided it was too risky. I was going to say risque, that's not quite correct. That one's dumped in by Schisto. Larkinen out to get it. Ferrara heads to the net front. He peels away to the corner. Sean Boutin on the looping puck. Played out the air by Jani Larkinen. Then span off the hip from one of the forecheckers. Andrew Johnson has Ferrara on the net. And a lovely play from Sean Boutin. And I got to say, Sean Boutin right now is the best player for either team.
Absolutely. What a great bit of stick in the lane there, just catching that deflection. Because that puck was looking as if it was nailed on and delivered for Luke Ferrara on that back door there.
Yes, now Blaze TV crew are teasing us, Stu. They've got the other game going on that has a bit of silverware on it on our right-hand side, but just out of view, so we can't be distracted. Big tease as Chris Polkamp might drive the net front here. Oh, his shot went wide into the netting.
If you are interested in that other game, the current score is 3-2 to the orange team.
How deep into that game is it, Stu? Because we left it in the second.
I think there's about 8 minutes gone. 14 to go. So
close game. Cardiff have done well to hang in on that one.
Yeah, Sheffield got a big jump, 3-0 lead, and they looked like they were in the driving seat.
Yeah, the Valorant goal, thanks to the assist from Connolly, is going to be goal of the week. It was absolutely phenomenal. As he span off a defenseman as Eichstad shoots, blocked on the way through. Dundee doing a wonderful job here of getting in the shooting lanes. Larkinen off the backboard, chipped out in front Ferrara. Oh, he don't think he knew it was coming as Andrew Johnston played it out the air. Dundee have come with a 2-on-1 the other way. Croker, big chance, big save. CJ Mott again, who is very much keeping the Blaze alive in this hockey game. Coventry leading such a charmed life. The transitional game of the Stars is ripping them apart. Dufour off the man in front, and that will be delay of game, I think. Maybe not.
No, that went out through the benches, so they're not going to call that as delay of game.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. You mentioned Sean Boutin was the best player on the ice, closely followed by CJ Mott, who is, he's made 2 or 3 key saves to keep the Blaze in it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Leclerc has too, but I think CJ's had to make twice the amount of big stops that Leclerc's had. He's had a couple here in bunches. You saw a couple on the last couple of shifts there, but yeah, if CJ wasn't switched on, the Blaze would be in trouble going into the break with 2.5 minutes to go in the period. Hashi gets upended by Dryden Dow. Lawrence grabs it out the air over Cowney. He lays off. Oh, David Broll cranked one from a bad angle. Leclerc deals with it, and he hangs on for a whistle.
Yeah, really just a chance to just take a shot and see what was going on there. Just to see if he could get a deflection or something squeezing through the gap there from Alex Leclerc, but nothing was doing on that particular shot.
Yeah, he's playing well, Alex Leclerc. Face-off will come to his right. Face-off won cleanly by Dylan Lawrence. Hashi. Venus shoots from a bad angle, trying to sneak one. There's a couple of times the Blaze have attempted that. Maybe they've seen something in video. As David Brawl tries to spin away from Boutin. Sean Boutin does really well staying with the big man, sneaks inside of him and is able to take the puck away as one's dumped in by the Stars, who will get a line change. Wholesale, last 2 minutes of the period. Hamonic. Chip towards Alex Leclerc, he gloves it and he'll hang on. The Blaze get an offensive zone draw out of that play.
Fairly weak sort of redirection to send it towards Alex Leclerc, but the Blaze will take it at this stage just to see if they can get a little bit more offensive pressure.
Yeah, they're like an engine that needs a service right now. It's okay, but that little light's blinking on the dash, and I think Danny Stewart will take a little issue with that. You might want to go get the oil checked as Clements will crank one high and wide. Schistel feathers one on the net, and it's gobbled up by Alex Leclerc. But it's the kind of shot that we just saw from the skipper that Sean Boutin managed to find a way through CJ Mott with.
Yeah, just settle it down and send it towards the net and see what happens. Sometimes you get lucky and they end up in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Chris Polkamp's first professional goal earlier in the year from the corner in front of us. He didn't even see it go in. He tossed it and span away from an incoming hit, and somehow it found eyes. As Dufour will zip that one ahead. Poked out of the way by Corcoran. David Clements with a strong play into the backboards. Follows up with a hit. Great play from Clem. Now the Blaze might rush here 3-on-2 if they can get going. Corcoran onside. Charlie Corcoran! Oh, it's a wonderful goal! And the Blaze have tied it up. Charlie Corcoran against his former employees. A man on a mission. And he picks it glove side. And Alex Leclerc is picking it out the net.
just takes it wide left and then hits the top corner there past Alex Leclerc. It's a fantastic shot, a really very nice piece of individual skill.
Yeah, as we look again, and the Dundee Stars defence do it right here. They've sent him just outside the hash marks at a pretty bad angle, but Charlie's on fire right now. He's not just an assist getter, he can find the twine, and that's a wonderful wrister.
Yeah, even looking at Craig Gans, when he comes down, he doesn't know who's behind him, so he's gone down to block that pass across. He's thinking, if I can force Corcoran out, you know, the shot's at a pretty bad angle there.
Yeah. And the Blaze, a big goal at a big time going into the break, although the Stars straight away back on the offense. Shot blocked by Eichstad. Shoveled up by Johnston. Ferrara. One-handed poke from Dylan Eichstad. Puck whipped around the boards. Chris Polkamp shoots. Marquardt's going to collect that loose puck. There might be another 2-on-1 here, although Chris Polkamp scrambles back. Shot blocked on the way through. Oh, CJ Mott paddles it right back out. Shot from Stovin. Nice feed from Larkin, and Blaze got a 2-on-1. End-to-end stuff. Johnston to the back door, out in front for Eichstad. It's in. It's Dylan Eichstad. Via the glove of the defenseman, I think. They're going to review it, but let's watch again. The Blaze break. Johnston trying to find the passing lane. It comes out in front for Ikes, and he's able to loop it into the top corner.
Oh,
and they're going to say whether the net's off or not.
They're going to look at whether the net's off or not in the act of shooting, and I think this is a close one. If we look again here, we see Andrew Johnson come in, puck comes to Eichstad, and just before he takes that shot, that goal comes off.
So that goal wobbles twice, from his right leg, and then again from his left. It's which knocked it off the moorings, and if they can tell from the video, good for them. But either way, the Blaze might just be sneaking into the intermission with a lead. And I'm not sure they deserve it.
Oh, they absolutely do not deserve it. But this is professional sports.
Yeah,
and sometimes that happens.
Look, and we made this point last week, right? When you're in a good run of form, you're playing well, you're on a hot streak, you find it very difficult to break out of that. You keep finding ways to win games and get points. Unfortunately, when you're at the other end of the table, and the Blaze know this very well, it's very difficult to break out of slumps. And right now, the Blaze are the former rather than the latter.
Absolutely. Winning and losing are habits.
Yeah.
Absolutely are habits. Just while we've got a quick break there, that first goal for the Coventry Blaze was scored at 18:48 by number 88, Charles Corcoran. That's his 20th goal of the Elite League season this year. It was assisted by number 11, Matt Polkamp.
Yeah. And the Blaze have got, I think they've got a wonderful core here. You know, we're already talking about, you know, bringing the team back for next year. And that's something that Coventry have struggled with in recent years, to retaining the cores of teams. Or, you know, they've decided that actually that core wasn't that great, we can do better. But here they've got something special, as the referee will give the final verdict on whether that was a goal or not. And it is! And the Blaze have got a lead! And yeah, that's two massive goals, Stu, in the last 2 minutes of the period.
Yeah, absolutely. Just 50 seconds between the two to swing it from a 1-0 lead for the Dundee Stars to a 2-1 lead for the Coventry Blaze. Massively changing the team talks that the coaches would have been writing in their heads coming into the end of the first period.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's just because I've been doing this too long, Stu, but I can already imagine what both Danny Stewart and Omar Pasha are going to say in their post-game interviews about that first period, as CJ Mott will settle that puck down. Goal does go to Eichstad. Tashi spins away, and we end the first period. Coventry 2, Dundee 1, and it was a slow start for the home team, but they have the lead going into the break, and I don't think the Dundee Stars have got anything to be upset about. You know, they played really well in that first period. Their transitional game is causing the Blaze all sorts of problems. Off-puck movement is causing the Blaze all sorts of problems. That line with Beauregard, Dufour and Croker is causing the Blaze all kinds of problems. Yeah. They're having a good game.
But it's not just the fact that it's the forward line, but it's also the defensemen who are jumping in and pinching in. You've got to be careful about the guys like Dryden Dow, Jagger coming in, taking those pucks, carrying it deep. It's caught the Blaze out on a number of occasions, and you can see why the Blaze have been struggling. They haven't been moving their feet. They've got themselves bogged down, and it's only really been in the last sort of 4 or 5 minutes where the Blaze have turned themselves around.
Hey Blaze fans, Ed from Blaze TV here. Hope you're enjoying the game so far. Quick surprise announcement. I'm here with Coach Danny Stewart to announce the first import signing ahead of the Elite League mini series. Danny, who have we got? Coach, I think you're on mute again. Danny, sorry, you're still muted, Coach. You know, don't worry. It's fine. We'll just let the player announce himself. So, folks, the Blaze signing is.
Hey Blaze fans, this is Chris Polkamp here. Just like to announce that I'll be back for the mini series. Can't wait to get back over there and wear the Coventry Blaze jersey again. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be bringing my sidekick with me. My brother. He's retired, but anyway, looking forward to being back with the Blaze and see you guys soon.
Just a bit of a speculative shot, getting that blocking into the netting.
Yeah, and speaking of speculative, Chris Polkamp sends one from the point, finds a hole, finds the back of the net, and he gets his first professional goal. Finds hair, big hit from Chris Polkamp, sends the captain to the ice, and that one generates a bit of noise.
Out of the zone, that's probably it. DeLuca has it. He sends it forward. Dowd can't get onto it. The Blaze hit the empty net from their own zone, and they win in the Fly DSA Arena for the second time this season. Chris Polkamp got the empty netter.
Try to send it on net with Chris Polkamp lurking. Guildford back to full strength as Chris Polkamp drives one. It's in! Bluedorf was in front. Whether he got the final touch or it went straight through via Polkamp, we'll check on the replay. But either way, the Blaze have a full.
Seconds. Polkamp. Goal by Polkamp. And that is the exclamation mark on a very good Coventry Blaze performance.
So, Danny, returning for the Elite League mini series is Chris Polkamp. First year pro last year, a real gem of a find fresh out of the NCAA. You must be over the moon to have him on the list.
Yeah, no, for sure. He was good for us last year. He was a big part of our back end. And, obviously Chris came from a great program at Bowling Green University and transitioned well into pro. It didn't take him long to adjust to the game and, just kind of good in all areas, skates well and, so reliable defensively. He's a big part of our PK and, he's a guy that's still hungry and still young and at a good age and, potentially still more to come. So it was good to get him back for this.
Having someone who can do a little bit of everything in this series is going to be important. And Chris really does epitomize that, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think, I think defensive reliability and responsibility is going to be quite important in this thing. I think there's going to be a lot more mistakes in this event than you're used to seeing. You're going to have a lot of guys that have been, sitting at home or some guys that have played a little bit to some more than others. So you're going to have a lot of guys working out the kinks and, 2-3 weeks is half of the series. And that's usually what it takes for guys to get the kinks out. So, to have a guy that you can depend on defensively, it's a bonus.
That said, he has been skating. He's got quite a sweet backyard setup. We saw that on some YouTube videos he posted. And he's the kind of guy that will keep himself in immaculate shape, isn't he?
Yeah, I got no concerns over that. He's a good pro. He keeps himself, like you said, in good shape. And, obviously game situational stuff is a little bit different. But if you got that base, it doesn't take you as long. So, no, he'll be good to go.
And he did mention in there, I guess, a bit of sad news in that his older brother Matt's decided to hang him up. Matty was great for us last year as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good in the room, good on the ice. He scored some key goals for us last year, and I was surprised to hear that he got into medical sales because I made a joke to Chris when I heard. I said, "Don't you have to talk to sell something?" The guy doesn't talk very much, so I'm sure it's going to be an adjustment for him. But he's a hardworking guy, and I'm sure whatever he puts his mind to, he'll do well.
Brilliant. Thank you, Danny. And Blaze fans, more news to come in the next couple of days. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome back to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of the second period of tonight's Elite League regular season game between the Genting Casino Coventry Blaze and the Dundee Stars. Ahmed Kimberley joined by Stu Coles. 2-1 in favour of the home team. After the first 20 minutes, it was a bit of a smash and grab for Danny Stewart's boys as we are into the final couple of seconds of the Challenger Cup final as well, Stu, which I'm going to admit it now, we're all keeping half an eye on.
Yeah, Sheffield have just taken a penalty. There's 4 seconds left, and Cardiff are trying to push for that final goal to tie it up. It's a little bit tense, but that's not the main game tonight. No. The main game's here in the Skydome.
You've got some love on Twitter about the description of the orange team.
Well, it's factually accurate.
Well, they do wear orange. Nothing in the English language rhymes with orange.
It's orange and black versus red and white.
Yeah. Is that true, though, that nothing in the English language rhymes with orange?
I believe that is true.
Excellent. We've got a friend at work and in the day job, and we're not doing this, called Emma. And everyone just calls her Tremor because someone said there's not a lot that rhymes with Emma, and her partner just piped up Tremor. Cue the Labyrinth song, Earthquake. Anyway, we're getting ourselves underway in just a couple of moments. We were just checking that the ice was sufficiently frozen for us to get underway, and Dean Smith is quite happy with the state of affairs. At Blaze TV Live on Twitter, let me know what your thoughts of that first period were, what you expect to see in the second. As the Blaze get to work quickly here as Evan Budoff breaks across the line. His shot is heavily redirected into the corner. Budoff spins away from Stovin. Nice play from Jagger Dirk to just cut off his skating lane. Stovin again. Dumps it off the backboards. Mott gets it to the perimeter. Carter shooting on CJ, and he will play it with the glove. Justin Hashi coming north. Puck kind of got behind him. I don't know whether it hit some wet ice, and the Dundee Stars will try and take advantage in their own zone. Bhutan. The stretch pass grabbed by the Stars. Stovin will drop it off for Carter shooting. Easy pad save by CJ Mott. Ross Venus, the high man, is all alone. He's going to get a breakaway. Ross Venus in. Waits, and a good save by Leclerc. He still got it though, Venus. Drops it off. Shot comes in. And the save off Dylan Eichstad, looking for his second of the night. As Ross Venus drew a penalty on the play, I think.
Yeah, we'll look here. Just a couple of slashes there from Matt Carter on the back chase. Matt Carter's going to find himself back in the box again.
Yeah, Danny Stewart was indicating for a penalty shot.
I don't think there was a penalty shot there. There wasn't a clear breakaway, but it was a good heads-up play there. Ross Venus, the head man, Dryden Dow there came unstuck. Had a bit of a trip, and it released Ross Venus to the races.
And it was a very Dundee Stars-esque kind of play, Stu. They like a high man, they like keeping the defence's head in a swivel and, committing offense north as Dundee Stars win the draw. And just as I say that, Anthony Beauregard makes his way forward. Schistel, though, keeps it alive in the offensive zone for the home team. Schistel, harassed by Gans. Dryden Dow attempts to get it clear. Kevin Dufour couldn't keep it out the clutches of the defenseman as Schistel works his way round. Eichstad, toe drag, shoots low. Ooh, it came off the pads of Leclerc into danger, but the Dundee Stars were able to get it clear. And Drew Schistel will mop up back behind the net. Schistel coming into this season was one of only 2 Blaze players over the age of 30. Eichstad. Nice saucer pass across the zone. Back to Dylan Eichstad. Has the go-ahead goal for the Coventry Blaze. Schistel back for Ikes. Graduate Bemidji. Native of Bemidji. Schistel shooting into the pads of Leclerc. He hangs on with Matt Polkamp hanging around the net front area, sniffing out a rebound.
Good piece of net minding there from Leclerc. Couldn't have got too much of a sight on that shot coming in from the point. Good screen from Matt Polkamp. But he manages to cover it up and make a tidy save there. 3 bodies there in front. Not only has he got Matt Polkamp, there's also Sean Bhutan and Jagger Dirk, who's in those eye line as well.
Yeah, and if you're on a 5-on-4 power play and you send a man to the net, usually that becomes a two-man screen straight away, because you're going to take one of the two defensemen with you. If you're able to send another body to the net front and commit the other defenseman, then you have a four-man screen in front of the net. And there I like low shots too. I don't like the high ones that pick a corner, because you're also thinking about low-high tips, right, and redirects. And they're a lot harder to do from the high-low, particularly if you're shooting at kind of shoulder height, as Charles Corcoran proves a point. Right there, he's able to sneak it in on the second opportunity. That's exactly what I was just talking about, Stu. As Marquardt tries to get around Hashi, throws him a little shove as David Broll plays it up the boards. Janne Laakkonen stops and starts and gets blued off the puck across the blue line. Under pressure from Gans, a big strong body, Craig Gans, as Hashi calmly drops it off for Corcoran. Saucer pass, Hashi into the corner. Ferrara! Oh, a good one-timer from Luke Ferrara. Leclerc grabs it into the chest just as the Stars come back to full strength.
Nice piece of passing from the Coventry Blaze as they move that puck around in the offensive zone. Corcoran manages to get it. And then a puck all the way finds Luke Ferrara. Nice block from Gans there, though, as he comes down low, meaning Leclerc can really only worry about the high side.
Yeah, he's having a good game tonight, Craig Gans. Him and Sean Boutin really doing good work for the Dundee Stars. And, Omar Pash is going to be most pleased with their efforts so far in this game, as Alex Schoenborn will dump that one in. Dumps it around the backboards. County. Drew Schistel's able to jump into the pocket, pick up the loose puck. Blaze will get it out of the zone with the skipper. 3-on-2 with Lawrence and Broll. Three big bodies coming forward, but Coventry offside.
Yeah, because Drew Schistel there pulled it in a little bit just in that online entry there. It meant that Dylan Lawrence went in offside. We should mention as well,
yes,
the other game that's happening this evening, Challenge Cup final, has finished. It's a 4-3 victory to the Sheffield Steelers. They get their first Elite League Challenge Cup. Which is amazing to think that Steelers never won that competition in the Elite League era.
Yeah, big congratulations to the Steelers organisation. On her road ice as well, as it's hosted at the Viola Arena, as David Broll throws one towards the net, it bounces out. Lawrence with that long stick finds David Broll. Hard pass finds Schistel. Schistel fakes, tries to get some space away from Schoenborn. Makes a nice feedback behind the goal line. Johnny Curran now. Schistel, big one-timer, came off the chest of Dylan Lawrence on the way through to the net. As David Broll wins that puck with brute strength alone. Chris Polkamp, he shoots, glove save, Leclerc, and he hangs on.
Chris Polkamp makes a good kind of stride across to get a good piece of eye on the shot there. Get another look at it here. David Broll's kind of winning that puck battle, and then just flicks it on the backhand. Polkamp takes one touch, moves it across to get himself a better angle, and then fires it in towards the net.
Yeah, face-off's going to come to the left of Alex Leclerc to Colton Croker. Oh, nice pass from Croker, finding Jagger Dirk. Dufour dropped his edge as he came across the blue line. The Blaze can advance here. Ross Venus chips it in behind. Dirk sandwiched between Ross Venus and Charles Corcoran. And away come the Stars. Dirk gets round Charles Corcoran. Try to drop it off again for Dufour. Puck comes free. Blaze number 88, Corcoran again. Oh, he's got some space to shoot here. He ends up putting it into the netting, and we'll have a stoppage.
Almost a very similar play to his goal earlier on. Comes down the left wing, creates a little bit of an angle, and then tries to fire in top corner. But this time gets it a little bit wider and ended up in the netting behind the goal without a deflection.
Yeah, not too far away from his goal opportunity that came in the first period. I was just looking up at the CV of Craig Gans. Curiously, he played in the 4th tier of Swedish pro hockey for a couple of years, and then played in the 2nd tier in France in Dunkirk last year. Having a great year in Dundee this year. I think his stock's risen as Larkin sends it in for Johnston off the shoulder of Leclerc as the Blaze have a good look again. Janne Larkin just finding Andrew Johnson. It's almost like those two were separated at birth, Stu.
Yeah, they do seem to have developed quite the connection this year. Speaking with Andrew Johnson in the week, he was saying how the line just seems to have clicked. They seem to have found some chemistry between the two of them and Luke Ferrara. Whatever they've done between them, it works very well.
Yeah, it's curious because last year in Bordeaux, Andrew Johnston's line mate was Adam Huseman, of course, who plies his trade up in Manchester now. And those two had a good connection. The Dundee Stars are going to connect a 3-on-1 here. Stovin's heading to the back door, and a good shot block off Hashi. Really nice play from the defenseman, just getting his stick into the shooting lane here, Stu, as it looked like the Stars were going to tie it up.
It didn't. You know, at that point, you've kind of got a 3-on-1. They look to go for the, you know, he's almost shaped to pass the whole way through, but actually he's kind of come on and then goes for the shot right at the end, and it's at that point where the decision is made that Hashi manages to get the stick involved in the lane. Yeah,
it was a nice play, and I think, you know, the puck handler is Stovin in that instance. You know, like you said, he's showing pass, and he wants the defenseman just to creep into that passing lane away from him, allowing him the shot. But you know, Justin Hashi, no fool with that long reach, able to poke it out of danger. Stovin couldn't connect with Carter. Matt Polkamp's going to chip it. The Blaze are going to get a 2-on-1. Bludoff and Corcoran. Oh, Bludoff left the puck behind. Bobbled on him as he tried to feed Charlie on the back door. Bludoff feeds it to the point now. Shot comes in, saved by Leclerc, and he will hang on for a whistle as things get a bit testy.
The Blaze have managed to crank the pressure up a little bit at the start of this second period. They found that they've been able to generate a little bit more offensive pressure, but that has left them with a couple of gaps, as we've just seen down the other end.
Yeah, but you know, again, back to, you know, my earlier point. Now that they've able to get a couple of goals, get up in this game, they're playing a lot less stressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's important, and it's showing. And they're wearing it well. It's just interesting because, you know, the Blazers are going to go into the playoffs, and if they want to go deep and they're serious about having a run for that cup, they're going to play the likes of the Cardiff Devils and the Sheffield Steelers, who've already got a final under their belts. They'll have played with stress since kind of the beginning of the year, such as the expectations of those top four teams. So, you know, they're going to have to learn to wear games with stress, as Evan Bludoff will take it in the corner. He ends up popping a tyre. They'll be getting those skates on the grinder in the intermission as Schistel finds Matt Polkamp to the blue line. Clements, oh, a nice little feed in by Clements. Nice play by Corcoran. Matt Polkamp couldn't put the finishing touches on the feed to Bludoff as Bhutan wears that well. Lovely read of the play. Snuck inside Matt Polkamp and wedged the puck against the boards, and the Dundee Stars will bring it out. 4-on-3 here. Some speed. Garrigan drops it off. Chance blocked by Schistel. And the Blaze are going to pick this puck up off the boards. Corcoran. A long shift for him. Dumps it towards the bench. The Blaze got to be careful not to be done for too many. And now it's wholesale as David Clements is hollering for the defensive change to hurry. It does. As are the Dundee Stars coming forward. Awkward bounce off the board. CJ Mott grabs it. CJ Mott hangs on to it, and we'll have a whistle.
It's quite an intelligent play from Drew Schistel. They realised that actually things were starting to go a little bit pear-shaped on the line change, so he just gently floated it into the corner so everybody could make that change, or as many as they could make the change. But like you say, David Clements was kind of hollering there to get things done a little bit faster.
Yeah, and you know, I kind of with Clem on that. You know, against a team like Dundee who don't mess about coming forward with the puck. As Dufour's wide open here in front of the net as Eichstätt comes back into position. You don't want to be messing about, because if you panic as Dufour breaks in, Chris Polkamp comes out of nowhere with a poke check. These two kids doing a great job, the two first-year pros. A couple of very similar players just reading the play and coming out to defend. And Coventry do get their hands on the puck. Lawrence from Broll. Dumped in by Dylan Lawrence, excuse me. Dundee are going to bring this forward though, off the toe of the stick of Colton Croker. Ferrara in the corner. Nice pick from Eichstätt to give the EIHL leading goal scorer a bit of space. Look at a stick caught Venus up high on that play. Got hit in the head, Stu, but with the slap shot in warm-up, which rung the bells a little. Puck chipped in by Johnston. Larkinen fresh off the bench into action, puts some pressure on Inglis. Away come the Stars though. Carter sends one looking for the back door off the shorts of one of the Stars forwards, and now the Blaze are going to advance with it. Johnston tried to drop it off. It came off a skate and just too far ahead of Marquardt to pick it up, and he'd have been gifted with a break.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Justin Hammett covering on the back end, then that could have fallen to Marquardt on a breakaway.
Yep, Yanni Larkinen brings it across the line now. Oh, a fancy drop pass. Ferrara shooting, glove save by Leclerc, and he got hold of that one comfortably as Ferrara tries to put some whip on it.
Yeah, just a simple play as well from the two forwards, just creating a little bit of extra space. Watch the line that Jani Laakkonen takes as he comes across, draws the defenseman with him to create that extra space. That means that Chris Ingles has to come out and step out of his position, and by the time he's got there, Ferrara's already primed and ready to take his shot.
Yeah, he does a good job on the handover though, Ingles, trying to get his stick in the shooting lane. Ferrara trying to go cross-body. Didn't get as much whip on it as he'd liked. You see the torque of the stick on the replay, really bending his weight into it as Dow able to play it up to Stovin, who dumps it in. Mott out to play it. Johnston collects a hard pass from Ferrara. Dumps it in, Andrew Johnston. Gans out to collect. Oh, a pass does make its way to Cowney. Cowney, great source of pass, but it was read all the way by Schistel. Gans offside, and he was about to shoot, but held his trigger finger as the whistle from the referee had gone.
Yeah, I think it was a very timely holding on the trigger finger because everything was absolutely poised, but would have absolutely drawn a misconduct penalty if he'd let that one go.
Yeah, Stu, absolutely. At Blaze TV Live on Twitter, let us know what your thoughts are on this game as we're very quickly approaching the halfway mark. Thoughts on the Stars' chances for one of the final playoff spots. Hey, thoughts on the Coventry Blaze? Are they outsiders for the league? Is that outside of the realms of possibility? What about their hopes in the playoffs? As that puck comes off the skate of the linesman. Blaze a 2-on-1. Lawrence put it through the feet of Curran. Well, the Blaze got a little bit of puck luck, but couldn't turn it into a goal, although Curran spins off his man nicely. He can feed Lawrence. Eichstad will chip it in. Curran plays it to himself off the boards. Chris Polkamp kind of fanned on the one-timer. Puck's still in the play, though. Dylan Lawrence rolls off the hit, and he's forced out into the neutral zone. Dufour with the man heading to the net. That's Dryden Dow. Pinballing everywhere off sticks and bodies and skates. Dufour floats one looking for the back door. Croker left it behind him. Eichstad makes himself some space. Lawrence, the boards. Curran plays into the feet of Chris Polkamp. Shrugs off Beauregard. Eichstad again as we hit the halfway mark of tonight's game, with the Blaze leading 2-1. A little bit cagey in the second period as Chris Polkamp throws a hit. Matt Carter brings it in offside, and we'll have another stoppage.
Yeah, just got a bit scrappy in the past 2-3 minutes. Teams, like I say, a little bit cagey, maybe getting a little bit of nerves, not wanting to make mistakes. It's still a tight game as we just cross the halfway mark. But not the fluid hockey that we'd seen in the first sort of 20-25 minutes from both teams.
Yeah, there have been end-to-end chances in the first couple of minutes of the period, but those seem to have died down a little. I think that, the next power play will be really telling what happens off the back of that. Corcoran. Bludoff shoots low. Good pad save from Leclerc. I don't think Bludoff meant that. I think he was trying to go far side again as that one's redirected into the net. We'll have a stoppage, but hey, it's a shot on goal.
Absolutely, and the Blaze just need to fire some pucks on net, really, and just if for nothing else, just to keep the momentum going kind of in their favour, as they've probably had the upper hand for most of this second period. Yeah,
both teams have had looks. The scoreline still stands at 2-1 in favour of Coventry. Charles Corcoran wins that draw, but wins it too cleanly. Carter with some pressure on Hashi, who just leans into his man. There's a 2-on-1 down low, though. Stovin out in front. Marquardt got a piece of it. Corcoran's just lifted Matt Marquardt's stick and easing him out of play. Bit of a size mismatch. Well played, though, by the Blaze man. Hamonic somehow gets forward uncontested. A loose puck in front is saved by Leclerc. I couldn't believe that the gates just parted for Justin Hamonic to skate into. And Coventry had another chance as the Stars reset. Cowney peels away, feeds Garrigan. He spins off the boards. Bump comes in from from Charlie Corcoran. Now the Dundee Stars resetting. Very cagey at the moment.
Very cagey, but I think it's probably ultimately a good thing for both teams to just settle down and try and play a little bit more defensively.
Yeah, I think so too. It's got a little hairy at times, but I think the Dundee Stars will like this hockey at the minute because it means that it becomes a game of mistakes, and they're very good at pouncing on 50-50s, taking away loose pucks and moving it quickly up ice. So keep an eye on them when they're defending as well as when they're attacking, as Ross Venus will pick up this loose puck. Ahead of Lawrence. Lawrence on a bobbling puck. He's done well. Lawrence in. What a save, Leclerc. Wonderful stuff from both shooter and goalie. As David Brawl goes flying into the boards, he looks at the referee, who advised him to continue playing in the manner that he was before. That looked a little uncomfortable for the former Toronto Maple Leaf as Schister makes his way forward. He dumps it in. Gans round for Dow. He just about cleared the zone. Clements, ahead of Johnston, but not quite in Andy's wheelhouse. Croker, leaned on by Schister. Puck played, off CJ, off Clements, off CJ Martin. He hangs on, and Clem gives his goalie's helmet a little tap in appreciation.
Yeah, a little bit of a wild one there, but CJ Mott still remaining alert and making sure that he's got his eyes on the puck at all time. Like I say, just bounces off the skate there and then just ends up in front of CJ Mott.
We've seen those go in, Stu.
Absolutely. Bit of a conversation between Danny Stewart and Dean Smith. I think absolutely right. That was a clear board on David Bro. He went head first into the glass there. And nothing more than a 2-minute minor, but that should have been called by the referees, because that's the sort of dangerous play that, if it doesn't get taken on board by the referees, then games can escalate very quickly.
They can, yeah. You're totally right. And Broll's a big boy. He knows how to handle himself. He's had worse. But like you said, he's kind of bent over, waiting for the puck, or he's trying to control the puck, and he just gets a shove from the guy behind him. It doesn't need to be a big shove in that point. You're pretty defenseless. So he shouldn't have been making that play. It probably should have been a penalty call, like you said, Stu. And the Dundee Stars have got away with one there. As Gans will break in. Spins off the boards. Blaze able to muscle it into the neutral zone. Larkin and Eichstad are going to get a 2-on-1. Eichstad in. Deegs. Good poke check, Dufour. Just took away the stick blade of Dylan Eichstad and prevented definitely prevented his second goal of the night. It would have been a big attempt from Eichs. Meanwhile, in live play, Dufour chips it in. Big hit, into Chris Polkamp, who nearly put himself in a vulnerable situation there, but wore it okay in the shoulder. But again, his head was kind of leaning towards the glass. It was a completely legal hit, but a second later, and Chris would have not been in a good spot. Well, he's icing against Dundee. And Blaze will have an offensive zone draw. At Blaze TV Live, let's get the conversation going.
Scott Finley tweets in this evening. Hi Scott, hope you're well. He says Blaze will win the playoffs comfortably.
Yeah, he's been saying this for a few weeks now. I'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it as well, with a slightly biased hat on. But they are the team coming into the business end of the season with the form. The Blaze currently, you would say they're the team to beat.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think if the Blaze make it to the Final Four, then booking that Monday off work's probably a wise idea. As Beauregard and Bhutan exchange passes, it comes back to Sean Bhutan, plays it up the boards. Hashi. Matt Polkamp let that one go behind him, as I think he thought Bludorf was going to be able to collect. He wasn't, and we'll have another stoppage. Faceoff's going to come to the left of CJ Mott in a second. There's a happy birthday to make of Blaze TV crew. Happy 10th birthday to Blaze TV Dog Bauer. There in a Columbus Blue Jackets hat. If you've got a pooch at home, tweeting pictures, always welcome at Blaze TV Live, as Bhutan gets things going here. Shot just wide of the net. CJ Mott was sprawling to his right. Big hit comes in on Charles Corcoran from Marquard. Of course, former teammates last year. Puck in the hands of Stovin, throws it across the neutral zone. Marquard stripped by Hamonic. Justin Hashi will collect. Waiting, looking for passing lane. Hamonic, he finds Corcoran. Bludorf had to slow his roll there as he looked like he was about to go in offside, which disrupted the play. Dundee make a quick line change. And Coventry will try and come forward and harass them. Hashi dumps it in behind the net. Leclerc out to play it. Long stretch pass from the D. Schisto, off the linesman, he gets it to the neutral zone though. Dundee Stars able to reset. Pass into the slot, excuse me. Taken away by Lawrence. Gans makes sure it's not too many men on the ice, but coughs it up to Schistel in doing so. Brohl shooting off a body. And Schistel in the corner. To the point. Clements. Richard! Oh, it took a big tip off Venus. Leclerc made a nice save to his near pipe. Dundee have come the other way. Schoenborn to the slot. Big chance. Just wide of the net from Spears. Here's Cowney. Hit by Lawrence, who kind of pulled out largely from that collision, as that would have been from behind. It's Cowney. Oh, he's going to draw a penalty here. Lawrence went fishing. He's going to end up getting called for tripping.
Yeah, we're getting another look at it here, and there's good battle along the boards from both players there. But then just right at the end there, like you say, Lawrence just gets caught fishing, stick gets around the skate blades, down Cowney goes, and an easy penalty for the referees to call.
Yep, I was just thinking about first year pros. I was thinking about Eichstadt and Curran and Chris Polkamp. And I missed a very key player on the ice who's a first year pro. And that's netminder Alex Leclerc, fresh out of Colorado College. Did play a game in Utah and the East Coast at the end of last year. But still very much a first year pro, doing well, the 25-year-old, is poked out into the neutral zone. See what Dundee can do here on the power play is Dufour peels into the zone, drops it off for Carter. His shot's low and dealt with by CJ Mott, and we'll have another stoppage.
Riley O'Connor, the missing man for the Dundee Stars, is another first-year pro who's settled in very well. But there's a few of them about recruiting out of colleges, youth sports in particular in Canada. The teams are doing it more and more, and it's becoming a very well-proven route for elite league sides.
Yeah, no, it is. Like you said, a couple of guys have even come out straight out of the CHL somewhere. Riley O'Connor, actually born in Epsom, so he holds dual nationality. He played at the University of Guelph. Another youth sports guy. There's Matt Carter. Well, it looked like he just about kept it in, but Alex Forbes forces him into the neutral zone. 1 minute 25 left of the Stars power play. Blaze doing a good job of making a wall at the blue line. Marquardt tries to find a way in. Blaze might have a breakaway here, short-handed. Alex Forbes had it in his feet. And he'll kill some time behind Alex Leclerc's net. Marquardt plays it back to Dufour. Halfway through this penalty kill for the home team. So far, so good. Here's Carter. He pulls up at the half wall. Very quiet in here at the minute. Marquardt back to Carter. Dryden Dow takes it to the top of the point. Chance from the left wing maybe. Dow juggled it. Very aggressive pinch from Schistel. Did the trick. And the Blaze might get another break here. Matt Polkamp's going to be clear through. Matt Polkamp on Leclerc. Digs. Oh, the puck jumped upon him. Now the Dundee Stars will come the other way. Big chance. Oh, Croker's headed to the net. Big rebound, but a sprawling CJ Mott does what he needs to do. Blaze are going to come the other way. They look tired. I want a line change more than anything as Matt Polkamp squeezed into the boards. Oh, that puck just jumped up like a spring was on the bottom of it. As Croker gets poke checked. That puck's hammered into the Dundee Stars defensive zone. No icing. The Dundee man had picked up his feet there, which was the only reason why. Johnston off the boards. Luke Ferrara comes onto it now, ahead of Hashi. Justin Hashi with Larkinen heading to the net. Oh, great tip and a great save again from Leclerc. Janne Larkinen just opened up the backhand, and Hashi, he couldn't have played that any more perfectly. Wonderful save.
Great speed from Justin Hashi as well, coming down that left wing and then just fed it right onto Larkinen's stick. Opens that backhand up, but great tracking of the puck from Alex Leclerc as he's moving across from his right to his left. Just follows that puck all the way and then he's in that right position for the tip.
Yeah, just over 2 minutes to go in the period. No goals in this frame yet. Blaze 2, Stars 1. Puck dumped in by Johnston. Comes to Ferrara. Clements floats one off the stick of Janne Laakkonen between his legs. Back to the point again. Blaze moving the puck on the perimeter nicely. Can they penetrate though? Johnston. Laakkonen. Twisting, turning. Looking for a seam. Puck dumped in by Clements. Here's Ferrara. Eichstad now. Gets his feet moving. Gets to the half wall. Eichstad, he got hooked. Shot from Clements. Good save off Johnston though. The puck comes. And the Blaze are going to go on the power play. Really, really nice play from Dylan Eichstad. Again, he looks like he's seeing this game well at both ends of the ice. He comes off the wall, gets the stick of Schoenborn, I think, off his ribs, and the Blaze will go on the power play right at the end of the period with a chance to carry a 2-goal advantage going into the final frame.
Driving with intent, driving with speed, really getting into those danger areas around the slot causes the Dundee Stars problems there. Again, almost akin to the Blaze in the first period. Schoenborn caught with his feet not moving, and then it has to take a stick infraction.
Yeah, here's Janne Laakkonen. Hashi looks up ice. Ferrara, hard wrangle off the boards, jumps off Corcoran's stick, and Laakkonen comes to retrieve it. Oh, a lovely little spinorama, but out comes Sean Boutin, out comes the puck. We have 1 minute remaining in the period as the Blaze will look to get straight back to work offensively. Hashi glides into the zone, dumps it in, Boutin will collect it, and Boutin will clear it. CJ Mott out to play. Laakkonen pointed at the puck. Said, you go get it, goalie. Hashi. Up for Bludoff. Oh, Bludoff gets bumped by Gans as he looks to try and break in. Beauregard winds up, drives wide of the net with 30 seconds to go. Marquardt. Him and Hashi go into the corner together. I think Mags is just going to try and kill off as much of the remainder of this period as he can. Croker tosses it back in. Blaze might have one more shot, but they'll have to hurry. Corcoran, oh, he collides with his teammate Bludoff. And maybe it's the Stars who get the last shot of the period. Gans in, driven too far wide. And that'll be all she wrote in the second period. Blaze 2, Stars 1. Game on a knife edge going into the final frame here, Stu.
Game on a knife edge indeed. A goalless second period there for both sides as they kind of settle down a little bit, but then show some nerves, get a few other mistakes going in. Netminders have played well, defensemen in particular playing well in front of the goalies as well. They're making their lives a little bit easier on both ends of the ice.
It's a defensive chess match. ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome back to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of the third period in tonight's Elite League regular season fixture between the Dundee Casino Coventry Blaze and the Dundee Stars. It's 2-1 in favour of the home team after 2, and it's been very, very close indeed. Quick hello to Sarah, Caden and Granny Janice watching their first webcast together. I really hope you're enjoying it. Unfortunately, we don't do requests up here, but I can try and get them to play We Will Rock You down there if I get a chance to escape. No promises.
Absolutely. Also hi to Kiara, who sent a picture of some dogs as a boxer. A cab. I have to admit, I'm not a dog person, so I have no idea what you're talking about there, if I'm honest with you. But there's a couple of dogs there, they look very nice.
You know, you should commentate on crufts.
I should. I'd be brilliant at that. There's a dog. There's another dog.
Oh, that one's having a walk. Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's cats in our house, I'm afraid, so.
No, I have 2 cats as well. That's really funny. Can we have that in our blooper reel at the end of the season? Yeah, thanks, cool. Excellent.
I don't know so much as a blooper reel, it's a full-length blooper edition.
I think the general public paid £12 for a blooper reel of hockey, though. Pretty much. Occasionally with amusing noises. Or is that only if we played 5? Face off to the left of Leclerc. We'll all get serious now, as Andrew Johnston will stand over this face-off. Blaze have 29 seconds remaining in this power play. Next goal's a biggie. It's Matt Polkamp. Can't battle around Bhutan. Jagger Dirks down on his knees. Puck's under there somewhere. Battled free by the Dundee Stars, and Matt Marquardt will clear. Mott out to play it. And Drew Shistel will go on a lazy wander forward, as he so often does. Tosses it to Polkamp. Back for the captain. Dundee back to full strength. Shot comes in, blocked. Johnston manages to shovel it back to Eichstätt. He's had a terrific game so far, Dylan. Tries to get some space, drops it for Shistel again. Well, those two aren't often out with each other, so good to see them combine well. Matt Polkamp shoots forward, tries the one-timer, broke his stick. Puck's still there, it's backhanded behind the goal line, very scrappy. Johnston tries to touch it to the net front, and the Dundee Stars will come north with it. Drop pass, finds Carter. Carter on the backhand, shoots. Mott makes a save. On the wraparound, he scores! And the Dundee Stars, with a perfect start to the period, have tied it up at 2. Matt Carter on the wraparound. He never really gave up on this, Stu. Thought about the backhand. He makes the save, CJ Martin, and he beats him to his near post.
Yeah, makes the save. He almost looks as if CJ Mott thinks that he's got it trapped, because his reactions are just a little bit longer than they perhaps need to be there. Carter very quick though on the wraparound.
Yeah, good goal from the former Panther. Blaze 2, Stars 2. Well, that's really game on. Turning this hockey game into a kind of an 18-minute affair. You know, excluding overtime. Terms and conditions for the webcast don't guarantee the appearance of overtime or a shootout, etc.
Yeah, I'm sure the boss man would much like it to be 60 minutes rather than 60 plus.
Yes, Bossman has always said before every webcast I've ever done with him in his 8 years, oh, I hope there's not overtime tonight. And when there is, he's always in a worse mood than when there isn't. Although, to be honest, Stu, for the Blaze, yeah, they'll be happy if they get to OT, they'll get a valuable point and keep the point streak alive. But they're not actually that great in OT. They seem to struggle.
Yeah, they do seem to struggle a lot. You know, they have had a few decisions go against them. They have a tendency to give up the odd man rush, or let a man get a free shot goal when they're 3-on-3. Blair Riley's goals a couple of weeks ago against Cardiff is a prime example of.
Yeah, and to be frank, I don't think that was a game the Blaze deserved to lose either. But you know, that's hockey. It's a big pinch from Schoenborn. Really fricked the life out of Johnny Curran. He bailed out, and Blaze will reset down the left wing side. Dylan Lawrence chips it in. Bhutan throws a bump. Dylan trying to fight for the puck still. Dryden Dow's going to bring this out. Up the right-hand side. Ahead of Spears, CJ Mott will grab it, and he hangs on.
Second goal for the Dundee Stars, timed at 41 minutes and 17 seconds, scored by number 55, Matt Carter, his 11th of the season so far. As far as I'm aware, that was unassisted, but I'm just waiting to find out if we have any assists added on to the box score.
Yeah, and if it does stand up as unassisted, Stu, that's both Dundee Stars goals tonight that are without assists, and that's generally atypical of a team that just scrapping and finding a way. And I think Omar Pasha will be really happy with how his team have been able to stay in this game and do well tonight, as Bludoff checked into the referee by Bhutan. Clements keeps it alive at the blue line, but Dundee are going to break 3 on 2. Cowney stick handles, takes it wide, sends it into the feet of Corcoran. Corcoran loses it, but he's just able to fling it clear with reckless abandon. As Alex Forbes battles with Gans. Puck there, and will be picked up by Jagger Dirk. Dirk to the right hand side. Oh, a big flick up off a stick. Tracked well by Chris Polkamp. Eichstadt's going to step up into the loose puck, and he played it ahead of Bludoff, who should never have been given that pass. It was suicide, but Blaze get out of it. The Dundee Stars forward incoming. Blaze get it clear, and that should be icing, and it is. Ooh, that was really risky for Eichstadt to play that out where he did.
Very risky, not a pass you really want to be playing at all there. Stars coming out with all of the momentum here at the start of the third period. Should add, Brett Stovin's been credited with an assist on the second goal.
Yep, good guy, Brett Stovin. I was reading that he does a lot with animal charities in Dundee. I think with dogs' homes, actually, if I remember right, Stu. So our earlier humour about crufts and puppies of all kinds is, yeah, we like people who do that kind of thing. There's a good pass out into the slot, nearly finds Stovin. Dryden Dow shoots through a crowd. It came off Chris Polkamp, who stayed down. It looks very uncomfortable. There's a chance for Dundee. Good save by CJ Mott, and there'll be a whistle. And cross-checking is going to be a penalty, but I'm not sure on which team. Chris Polkamp limps his way to the bench. Penalty's on the Blaze, on Dylan Eichstad. So this is huge for the Stars.
Yeah, really big chance now for the Stars to capitalise on the momentum that they've generated here in the start of the third period. If they can get their power play to work, it's only their second man advantage of the evening, and they'll have a real chance to grasp this game.
Yeah, the referees have not really been putting the whistle and the hand in the air for really any infractions. So, the few power plays that either team have had, they're going to have to take advantage of. Neither team have yet to score on special teams. If the Dundee Stars can here, well, that'll be really interesting with 16 minutes to go in this game. Dufour. It's up for Marquardt. Trying to rush away from Ross Venus. Dow will dump it in. Hashi gets it clear. Good play from Hashi. Leclerc will just pad it down, and the Blaze will change up some penalty kill players here. In fact, they'll change the whole line by the look of it. David Clements comes out. You could see Clem get some penalty kill time with Dylan Eichstad in the box. Marquardt, oh, that's a nice play from him. Back to Marquardt, and the Dundee Stars get set up here. Beauregard turns in. Marquardt on the backhand. Drops it off at Dow. Shot off the stick of Matt Polkamp. Just manhandled into the boards. Halfway through this PP already. It's flown by. Loose puck comes out for Dylan Lawrence now. What's Dylan Lawrence going to do? He's got a 2-on-2 with Matt Polkamp. He's going to rush towards the net here, Dylan Lawrence. He's going to backhand it into the netting off Dow, and we'll have a stoppage. Not the worst result, actually, there, Stu.
No, sensible play there from Dylan Lawrence, just to carry it, really just trying to eat up as many seconds as he possibly can. As the angle was given to him to come round, he thought, well, at this point, rather than try and hold it in the corner, I'll just flick it on net and see if anything can come of it. And he's got an offensive zone face-off, so that's not a bad result, all things told.
Yep, face-off to the left of Leclerc, won by the Dundee Stars. They're attacking the Blaze line with speed. Good play by Hashi. Corcoran might have a breakaway here if he can get his feet moving. The Dundee Stars cut him off. Nice try from Chucky. But more than anything, it's just killed valuable seconds as he again curls back into his own zone. Plays it out. Chance for Hashi maybe with Venus. He pivots. Under some pressure, Ross Venus gives it up. That's pretty much killed off the remainder of this Dundee Stars power play, although they have a 2-on-1 low right at the end of it, and a block from Hashi prevents another big chance from the Stars as Eichstätt filters straight back into the decor. Shot blocked on the way through. Grabbed by Hashi. Schister will toss that one clear. One of the other volunteers, who will remain nameless, in the intermission said to me, so he goes, "Oh, I don't know how you're making this one sound exciting." I was like, that's not very fair, actually. This is a very curious game of hockey.
Yeah, very curious game of hockey, and it's certainly an intriguing one. We've had momentum swings. Started with the Dundee Stars and then came back to the Coventry Blaze, and now, you know, really got the first 6 minutes of this final period. It's gone back towards the Dundee Stars again.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they're playing very similar to how they were in the first kind of 10-15 minutes of the first period there. So the Blaze need to find a way to get out of the mire, because they really struggled, as they're struggling to get their line change sorted out, well, the lack of line change because of the icing. Dean Smith comes over to ask the Blaze to sort themselves out.
I think it was a warning. If you do it again, you'll get put in the box.
At the same time, though, for the Blaze, excuse me, Stu, they've killed a few seconds to allow this line a bit of a breather. Maybe a bit of gamesmanship as well, as Gans will shoot. Big tip by Beauregard. Shot on the wraparound, padded away by CJ Mott. Dundee swarming a little here. Pass in the slot. Oh, a good save off Marquardt by Mott. Corcoran chips it out, and there was contact on that as Dundee looked for a delay of game. That'd have been hopeful.
It was a little bit hopeful, but they're protesting vehemently there, but they're not getting anything there. Dean Smith, they're very adamant there that they got a deflection.
Yeah, I think Charles Corcoran and Dryden Dow were in on the joke, having a little chuckle with each other. Face off in the neutral zone to the left of Mott. It's been very much a battle of the goalies here, Stu. Both have been on top of their games tonight. Let's do 4. Fighting along the boards with it. That one squirts out, and we expect, and we get another icing. At Blaze TV Live, what are your predictions for the rest of this one? Are we going to see OT, maybe?
Certainly, Malcolm Corbo said that the period 3 should be an interesting one to watch. This was before the start of the period. Absolutely agree. You know, this period has been set up very well, even more so by that goal on 41-17 by the Stars. It really kind of gets the balance of play really very even now.
Yeah, Blaze are able to muscle this one in the neutral zone off the face-off. Larkinen finds Ferrara to the back door where Justin Hashi was arriving. Hamonic all on his own in his own zone, able to get out of danger. Ferrara takes a hit from Dow. Leclerc pings it around the boards. Ferrara able to get a piece of it and hold things up away from Dufour so he can try and win this puck back. In County's feet. Dufour again, 50-50 with Hamonic. He's got behind him, sends it out just ahead of Croker. We could see that coming, Stu. The pass was just too far ahead of Croker. As Andrew Johnston apparently might have got a piece of it. No icing either way, as Blaze will have to be quick to change here as Dundee are rapidly advancing up high. Schoenborn shoots off a body into the netting, and we have stoppage. A lot of breaks in play in this period.
A lot of breaks in play, which is, I don't know if it's helping or hindering either team really, but certainly the Dundee Stars have been able to capitalise off a couple of icings to make sure they can change the lines and keep the Blaze out there, but the Blaze have since then managed to get a change. So you almost expect the stoppages to be more in the Blaze's favour, as it stops the Stars' flowing game from kind of really getting hold. But it doesn't seem to be the case here. Neither team seems to be thriving.
No, I don't think. I think both teams are struggling. I don't know whether it's a case of they're cancelling each other out. I'm really not sure. I think it might just come down to a bounce or an individual bit of brilliance or something that's going to decide this one. It's been really scrappy as well, as Inglis will send it into the corner, chips back out in front. Eichstätt keeping an eye on Stovin as he tries to spin away from Dylan Eichstätt. He might wrap this around here. Stovin on the backhand off Mott. Fell on the back of the net. Good poke check from Eichstätt. Pokes it free, pokes it forward. Blaze might 3-on-2 here if David Broll can control a bouncing puck. Venus tries to send it to the net front. The Dundee Stars take it straight back. Schoenborn, he caught a piece of Clements. Blaze turn it up ice quickly. Venus deeks, gets poke checked. Schistel dumps it in. Not a pretty game though, Stu, it must be said. And a big turnover from the Stars. Oh, Broll couldn't guide it to Drew Schistel. That would have been a huge moment. Again, just a bounce or a little bit of puck luck that could decide it here. It's going to be a whistle.
I do wonder whether the surface of the ice, the quality of the ice surface is playing a part here, because it has been pretty bobbly for players to control the puck. Pucks have been sort of bouncing over sticks and not quite getting in. Whether both teams are kind of struggling with the conditions now in this third period.
Yeah.
The ice has been covered up here at the Skydome for the past few days. We've had a wrestling event on at the Skydome, which has taken most of the week out. The Blaze, in fact, they had to train at Solihull for most of the week because they didn't have access to the ice here.
Yeah, I think from Thursday and Friday, they were in Hobbsmoat Road as Gans pings that one round the boards. Matt Marquard's going to win it away from Clements. Oh, and a bounce off one of the Blaze forwards. A shot saved by CJ Mott. Goes into the corner. Dirk. Blaze are very much on the receiving end here as Schistel goes hunting for it behind the net. And the Blaze are able to chip it out. Again, an icing is, the fact that the Blaze are having to ice this so regularly in this period is really telling.
Yeah.
And the Dundee Stars, it's telling you that they're in control.
They're very much in control. They're kind of cranking the handle a little bit on that pressure. And it does seem to be almost a matter of time before the Dundee Stars get the go-ahead goal, because the amount of time they're spending in their offensive zone, it's the majority of the last 9 minutes and 23 seconds.
Yeah, indeed, as Schistel throws that one into the neutral zone. Bludoff goes down to his knees. He's able to chip it ahead of Corcoran. Blaze have a 2-on-1. Corcoran, he put it just behind his man. That was the chance. But he's trying to force another one, Charlie Corcoran, spinning in the corner. Matt Polkamp heading to the net. Bludoff now. Going to play it away from Ingles. Hashi. Croker gives him a bump. Matt Polkamp. Puck dumped back in. And the Stars did a great job of recovering and getting the Blaze to the perimeter and then keeping them there, which is important, as County's going to come out of that scrum with possession. Puck check attempted by both Corcoran and Hashi. A big hit comes in from County on Hamannik. Bit of a wry smile from Hamannik as Spears gets that one away from Ferrara. He shoots low. Comfortable save from CJ Mott though. Spears still spins away from the play. Here's County. 9.5 minutes to go in regulation. Here's Dirk. Busting to go wide here. Drops it off for Stovin. He's watched by Corcoran. It's been a long shift for Charlie Corcoran. Look at the point now. Shot floated through and wide. Dirk. Gets bumped by Hashi. Good physical play from Justin Hashi, and again to absorb a secondary contact from Schoenborn. And Justin Hamannik, I expect, will help the Blaze get out of the zone here. He does. Oh, Ferrara has Johnston in support here. Johnston shoots. Oh, he got under it. Over the top, an awkward bounce off the plexi. And the Stars come away with it. Blaze just attacking in snatches here, Stu.
Yeah, when they are coming forward, they're trying to get some grade A chances. That was a really good one for Andrew Johnston there.
Yeah, he's going to create one here, I think, as he drives behind the net. Oh, good hit from, I didn't see who that was. Is that Gans again? Another good game from Craig Gans. There's Marquard to the trailer. Carter shoots wide, and the Blaze have Johnston high here. Larkinen couldn't get it to him. Larkinen will go himself here. Now he finds Johnston. He put it, but it was kind of between Larkinen and Ferrara, and kind of sums up the Blaze night a little bit there as Marquard tries to bust to the net. He does. Good save, Mott, as he really put some stress on Eichstad. Used his size and experience well, Matt Marquard. Now Eichstad's going to swarm forward. Dylan Eichstad trying to make things happen. Allows his line to change. And David Broll wins that puck on the boards. Shrugs off the hits from Sean Boutin. Good play from David Broll. Lawrence couldn't really get it out of his feet. Shrugs off Beauregard. Chance! Oh, it came through for Dilly. Couldn't get any contact. Now the Blaze spring into life as that shot's tipped just wide. Venus gets there ahead of his man, but Ingles will turn him. Hit comes in from Lawrence. Now some noise from the Blaze fans as Clements comes in. Clements shoots. Good glove save, and I think Leclerc will hang on. He does, and he needed the stop. Better from the home team.
Bit of sustained pressure there from the Blaze, and a lot of that came from the physicality of the third line. A couple of big bodies, David Broll, Dylan Lawrence there, getting involved and freeing up the puck in the offensive zone and causing a little bit of chaos there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good relief as well. CJ Mott gets time to just take a breath, re-establish. The offensive lines get a little bit of momentum, get a bit of belief back. Has Dundee been great this period? Started perfectly, and they're carrying on in that vein as Hamannik drops it behind the goal line. Corcoran spins away from his man. Blaze have caused a melee in front of the net. Chance for Bludoff. Oh, he put it just wide. Chance is still there. Leclerc's grabbed it. He hangs on. Evan Bludoff stares at the ceiling, and I think that was the right shot choice. It was a nice play from him low, and it just missed the target.
Absolutely. If you think of where Alex Leclerc was coming from, he was pushing from his post from left to right, meaning that Bludoff was looking for that small gap down low that he was just leaving with his pads.
Yeah, and for goalies this late in the game, second game of the weekend for him, those hamstrings are going to be feeling tight, groin's going to be feeling tight. You're really testing his athleticism with a shot like that. As Bludoff will chip that one in. Polkamp unable to win it off the backboards. Loose puck. Hashi pokes it, throws a hit. He's able to get it into the neutral zone. Gans forward. Oh, Johnston got a piece of it. Stovin got more of it. Puck pinballing around again. Pass from Hashi to Hamannik. Up the boards for Janne Laakkonen. Janne plays it out the air. Gets it down for Johnston. Johnston sneaks under the check. Gans really has been a force tonight. Laakkonen leaves it around the boards for Chris Polkamp. Puck chipped into the neutral zone. Eichstad will mop up. And then the Blaze will come forward again. Johnston. Ferrara. Laakkonen. Somehow it finds Eichstad. Comes around Beauregard. Eichstad shooting. It took a tip on the way through. And the Stars will break. Beauregard. Polkamp looked like he tried to punch him rather than check him, but Carter on the loose puck tests the glove of CJ Mott, and he stands strong. I'm not sure what Chris Polkamp was trying to do there. It didn't look very legal. Eichstad chips it out, and that'll be icing again.
5.5 minutes or so left in this game. Get your predictions in or your thoughts on man of the match at Blaze TV Live is the handle to use. Send in who your thoughts are. Don't say anything, Ed.
All right.
Let the people decide first.
I'm a terrible influencer. For someone who doesn't have Instagram, I find it hard to believe I'm an influencer. Face-off will come to the left of CJ Mott. Won by Lawrence. That's a key face-off win for the Blaze. They get it into the neutral zone. Lawrence busting forward. Blaze have to be careful for too many men. I think they did have 6 on there, Stu, I'll be honest. But
I think they got away with 1.
yeah, play continues. Stovin finds Marquardt. Ingles heads to the net. Shistel gets bumped by the Scotsman. Stovin tries to win it on the boards. Lawrence in there too. Such a scrappy game of hockey throughout. David Broll can't reel in that pass. 50-50 with Bhutan. Good cut from Bhutan on his feet to make a tight turn. Spears has to try and play it out the air. He does well, actually, Duncan Spears. Into the last 5 minutes of the period and of regulation. County in behind the goal line. Under some pressure from Clements. Clem just keeping him honest, who plays the puck forward, played off the heel of Evan Bludoff. Matt Polkamp somehow won that puck, but Dundee take it straight back. Dirk. Watched by Hamannik. Dumps it in behind. Cowney. Spears heads to the net. Gans with a big one-timer. Came off a body in front of Marty. Hangs on for the whistle.
Nice shot there from Gans from the point there, making sure that a little bit of traffic comes in front of CJ Mott, and he has to kind of scurry to cover up a little bit of a rebound there.
It's the kind of game that makes your skin itch, isn't it? Just tense, nervy, scrappy, not really settled. And, you know, if you have a team that dominate the other and, it's just been great net minding, or you know, that maybe their shooters haven't quite had their trigger fingers pulling right. You know, you feel a bit differently as Johnston's going to break in here. Oh, good save, Leclerc. Puck goes back in front for Ferrara. Again to Johnston. Nets off, we'll have a whistle. But it's not really been that kind of game, though, has it, Stu? Yeah, the goalies have played pretty well, but it's just not been settled at all. It's been all over the place.
Yeah, it's been all over the place. Been lots of things going on from both sides. I have to say, I think, you know, whilst the goalies have played well and they've made some big saves, I think it's the defensemen in front of them who are having the standout games this evening.
Have a look what the shots on goal are, if you don't mind, buddy. And
I will take a look.
I'll be curious to see. Face off to the right of Alex Leclerc. Larkinen positioned very aggressively behind Andy Johnston. Johnston did win the puck back, but Carter did what he needed to do to get that puck into the neutral zone. Hamannik across to Hashi. Had to take it kind of cross-handed. Feathers it in lightly. That's a nice play. Johnston will ping it behind the boards. Larkinen. Quickly turned in, Jani Larkinen. Drifts to the top. Drops it down for Eichstad. Eichstad. Oh, he tried to feed Jani Larkinen again. Johnston gets into the position with the puck. To the point. To the half wall. Ferrara. Eichstad hangs onto the puck. Larkinen back for Luke Ferrara. Eichstad, one-timer! Blocked on the way through. Dryden Dow chips it in off the boards. Eichstad, that was really nicely done. Just good stick pressure to hold it around the boards with the wrister. As in come Dundee again. Shot wide of CJ Mott's goal. Ross Venus has gone high. David Brawl, he didn't need to touch that puck, Ross Venus. Or if he did, not there. Here's Dufour. David Brawl picks up that loose puck. Finds Lawrence. In his feet, Dylan Lawrence. Couldn't take it cleanly. Eichstad off the plexi. Brawl. Dumps it in. Venus picks it up. Braul's going to head to the net here. Chris Polkamp keeps it alive. And away come Dundee, 3-on-2. Stoven's got there ahead of Lawrence. Lawrence breaks in, gets the handover nicely. Between Chris Polkamp there and Dylan Lawrence, no one was missing their assignment there, Stu. And that's so key as we just enter the last 2 minutes now. A goal now would, more than likely, it's going to decide this hockey game.
You mentioned the shots on goal there. 34-27 in the favour of the Coventry Blaze, but that's not the story. It's actually the number of block shots. Dundee Stars have blocked 27 shots on the way to Alex Leclerc's net. The Blaze have blocked 24 on their way to CJ Mott's net. So the shots, not just the shots on goal, but the shots, 61-51.
Yeah, the trainers are going to have a lot to do with controlling bruises and contusions this week as Hamannik leans into Garrigan. County feathers one on CJ Motti. I think he got a piece of it. Poke check. Means the Blaze are able to escape the zone. Polkamp couldn't connect with Bludoff. Still hunting for the puck, Evan Bludoff. Puck dumped in. 90 seconds more or less to go. Have either of these teams got a shot that will steal both points? Corcoran, Matt Polkamp, Eichstad. Oh, a spinorama from Ikes. Breaks in, gets bumped, and that might mean the Dundee Stars get a 3-on-2 again. Gans stepping up, feeds it across, big chance. Big block again on the way through. Now it's Coventry's turn to advance. Corcoran, he's tired. He'll chip it in and that line will change. I think Danny Stewart was screaming at him to dump it. Hard to tell over the noise, but I looked down and he was glowing bright red. It's Justin Hashi will pick it up behind the goal line. Tap down for Jani Larkinen. Jani, good poke check by Dirk. Good hand dive from Johnston. And the puck will be dumped back in. Dundee get it clear. And Justin Hamannik in his own zone. Do the Blaze have the last shot of regulation, or will it be the Stars? I thought Croker was going to come away with that, Stu.
Very nearly looked like it was going to spring for him right at those last few seconds.
So Larkinen plays it back to Hamannik. Up, the centre of ice. Johnston got cleated by Dow. Chance Dufour. Ferrara might have a 2-on-1 with Johnston. Can the Blaze snatch it? Ferrara in, he scores! Luke Ferrara! Unbelievable scenes in the Skydome! And he's the league's leading goal scorer for a reason. And he won't score many bigger. What a wonderful play! And he tucked it right up into the top corner. Nothing Leclerc could have done. And the Skydome, absolutely deafening.
Fantastic for the Coventry Blaze, heartbreaking for the Dundee Stars, who put everything into this game. They're taking a timeout. We see again, Ferrara opens up, gets it in that top corner on the near side above Alex Leclerc. How desperately heartbreaking it is for the Stars. 6 seconds left on the clock.
One mistake. They turn it over. I didn't see who it was. One mistake in the neutral zone. Just turn the puck over. One of the defensemen got a little, I was going to say a bad word, got a little happy going forward, and that caused a breakdown for the 2-on-1. But can I just say, how dare the Coventry Blaze win this game like that in regulation? How dare they? They really don't deserve it.
No, the Dundee, even with my, somewhat biased hat on, the Dundee Stars deserve at least a point out of this game tonight.
Yes, they do.
Fully contributed to this.
Yes, they did. They've played a really good game. They played good road hockey. They made it scrappy. They've given the Blaze all kinds of problems. Dundee Stars are going to start without the netminder in. Puck dumped into the corner. Shot wide of CJ Mott. And when you're winning games, it's a habit. And the Blaze have a very bad case of that habit right now.
It's a big habit that they'll be very pleased with. Good teams find a way to win.
Yeah.
And tonight is a prime example of that. The Blaze found a way in the last dying seconds.
And just forgive my maths, it's poor. Does that mean the Blaze are third right now?
It does indeed. The Blaze have moved up to third in the table tonight, overtaking the Belfast Giants.
Wow.
And it should also note as well, that's by right. The Belfast Giants don't have any games in hand. The Blaze over that.
Wow.
So they have more assembled.
Really?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
We just checked the league table. I think the first thing you do is you say commiserations to Omar Pasha and offer him an arm and maybe a hug, because he's going to be feeling pretty deflated right now. The Stars deserve something out of this game tonight. Craig Gans has picked up man of the match. I think he played excellently in defence this evening. Man of the match tonight for the Coventry Blaze.
Number 20.
Number 20, Dylan Eichstad gets man of the match this evening. He was really had a great game in defence. Got his goal as well, but it was his play all over the ice. Really did have a fantastic game this evening and was truly deserved his award. Right. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed what has been an interesting, thrilling game between the two sides. Eichstad, who was expected to avoid the after-match punishment, but that wasn't the case. So, hope you've enjoyed this, whether you've been a Blaze fan, a Stars fan, or a neutral this evening. I've been Stu Coles alongside Ed Kimberley, joining us as well. We have Pete, Dan, Jane, everybody here on the webcast. Thank you very much, and good night.
I'll leave you in the capable hands of the players. No shaking hands, to say goodnight.
Might have a chance here. Charlie Corcoran! Oh, that's wonderful!
power play, so no real true team. And shot comes in. There's the leveller. Oh! Scores.
Davies around row. Oh, what a goal! One opportunity for the Stones. Shot through the goal.
Big chance for Bludov. He scores.